Hi everyone. Well, welcome to Friday, or whenever you're watching this. I think it's probably is Friday. Uh, I'm not able to be there today because you can probably recognize from my face something has happened. Well, I can tell you on Wednesday night while riding home during work well-being week, I flew off my bike. Not so good for your well-being, but nonetheless, it has stopped me from coming to work due to some injuries on my knee, my shoulder, my hand, and my face. So therefore, I'm now leaving it up to you to keep the ball rolling on your current project, which is the expressive perspective task. To be quite honest, last lesson, some of you didn't use your time as well as you could have. So I think it's really about time that you took ownership of this project and worked through the task in the best way possible. And I'm going to talk about that right now. Now, if we have a look at our sheet, and this is your task sheet, the one that says expressive perspective art on the top and has these pretty examples from other students' work, we can have a look at a few key things. Number one is the task itself. You need to develop a mixed media collage, as I've said previously, in a chosen colour scheme. And that's why we're looking at the different colours and we're trying to learn about colours and revise our information from year 8 and other parts of your learning. You need to apply one-point perspective to a variety of shapes and transform them into forms, like the ones in the examples. Add colour values and vary the scale between them to enhance the illusion of 3D. Compose these forms in an expressive way. Now, if you can do this, you're going to pass. But, well, actually, should I say, in addition to this, you have to do one other thing. And what that is you need to work through the process of doing number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in this process bit, which is really found in this link. And most of you have already worked through a lot of this link, and you would have done your 7 cubes in one-point perspective from above and below the line. You probably would have done some complex forms, and I've already discussed that that may be in the form of doing your name or doing some unusual shapes like stars, etc., using one-point perspective. Then you use those drawings to create a final perspective drawing, where at least 6 shapes of varying sizes of your artwork. Come up with those designs in thumbnail form, so concepts for your foreground, and put them on a page. And also you need to come up with background ideas. So you can see examples here where people have used newspapers in this particular example, and they've used strips of different colour paper in that example there. And the one at the top, they've used a bit of a combination of things, I believe, to come up with their background. And you can vary it between, maybe you could have warm colours in the background and cool colours in the foreground, or vice versa. Now, when we working on this during Friday's lesson, sorry, I'm losing my my sentence structures here a little bit, that you need to also keep in mind this assessment checklist here. So when I go through your journal eventually and mark it, will I see one page where you're working on one-point perspective drawing of the cubes? Most of you can tick that. Yes, you have done that. Have you done one-point perspective drawings of complex forms, like I previously just talked about? Yes, most of you have. Now, concept design for the one-point perspective, that's more the foreground and the background put together. Overall, what's it going to look like? What's your final design going to look like? And I think that should come after exploring ideas for the background there. The A4 colour theory task, which is the handout sheet that I've given everyone in the class now, you need to have done that, and we're going to mark that next week. And then you're going to do 1 to 2 A4 painting exercises, 1 to 2 A4 pages worth of painting exercises, and we'll work on those next week because we're going to work on them Friday, or today, whenever you're watching this. But obviously I can't be there, so we'll do that next week. But the simple fact is, what I want you to get to is a stage where you completely planned your foreground, your background, you've done all those exercises, and you've made up a final design in scale, so that you've worked out your best background, your best foreground, you've laid it all out. So then next week, all we need to work on is the colours. If you've got extra time during the lesson, You can even put in the colour scheme in coloured pencil, and I'm sure that you can go to one of the art teachers who's available, like Miss Hall, go into knock on the door and just ask for some colour pencils. You can share them amongst you, or use your own if you've got them, and try and work out the colour scheme as well. And then we'll go through some painting techniques next week, and we'll be able to finish this design, and we'll do it with cardboard and mixed media materials, and we'll have a little bit of a depth to it as well, and it will look fantastic. So use your time wisely today. Don't make excuses. Don't waste your valuable time where you can be doing practical by doing other areas not involved in art. Use a time when all your art mates and art people are around you, and you can ask them questions, and you can really work on this task. Don't use me being away as an excuse not to be on task. I rely on you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Well and happy. Look after yourself. Thank you.